Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah.
Amin. Okey, untuk pengetahuan semua, pagi ni kita akan adakan briefing berkenaan thesis submission. Jadi perkenalkan kita punya speaker pertama Dr. Afzal dan speaker kedua adalah saudara Azmil. Jadi tanpa membuang masa, saya jemput Dr. Afzal untuk mulakan ucapan beliau.
Okay, thank you very much, Mal. So before that, so we try to share the slide. Can you guys see the slide?
Yes, sir. Ada, sir.
Alright, okay, good. Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh, and very good day to all PG FKM student. Okay, so basically today we will try to give you some sort of the explanation or briefing regarding the thesis submission via SMPS module on the part of the student. Okay, because actually there's a few of um, stage. Of course, it will start with the student, followed by the supervisor, later with the faculty, and last but not least, endorsement from the PPS. Okay, so before we go further, I would like to just share the overall view about the PG student, FKM especially, so that we know the condition of our student at PG FKM at our faculty. Okay, so this is my outline of my presentation. I will start with the statistic of the PG FKM student, and then tabulated PG student by semester, and then just to take the opportunity to mention our friends which attend the convocation for this coming November 2022. And then with the topic of today, new duration of the study of the research mode, this one more onto the announcement, but then the last one, module SMPS via thesis. Okay, which is guys, this kind of module actually start 1st July, and the first student or the supervisor which using this system is the Mr. Azmel. So that's why we call upon Azmel just to share his experience, so that all this kind of information can be disseminated to the others. Because on my part, so do not have the section of uh, the student. I have only the supervisor and also for the faculty. So that's why I asked Azmil to give that kind of session so that it can represent the mode of the student regarding how to submit the thesis via the online session. Okay, so just to give you a brief about our strength in our faculty, PG student. Okay, so we have actually 122 PG FKM student. Okay, which is, yeah, quite good number. All right, and if you guys want to focus for the research base, okay, for the research base, then you can go for the this number 40. 40 represent for the PhD. Okay, 33 active student. Offshore is that our friends are from Indonesia. All right, 5 student, and the EMCA or Doctor Engineering 2 student. This one is covered for the PhD lah. Okay. And then for the master, so most of you, our strength, our pillars for this PG student, master by research, 58 student. Okay, 58 student. And the remaining 24 is the third course student. Okay, so that today the focus is on this group lah. 40 plus 58, 98 student, PhD and master FPG FKM, right? So that's why I try to deliver this page in English, because we have also our friends from others country, okay, from the PhD part, Okay, so we have Indonesia and we have the UAE. Okay, and then for the master, we have two friends from Yemen and Iraq. Okay, so this one, this the tabulated according to the country. And then for the top course, okay, we have one friends from India, Chennai, India. All right. So this one is from MMCE. So today we will try to focus for the part of the research, which is the PMCA, PhD, or MMCA or MSc. Just to give you guys the overview about the tabulated student for the PhD, okay, how to read this kind of table, just is a quite straightforward. The student in the first semester, we have a 3 student. Semester currently at the second semester to 8 student and accordingly. So in other words, let's say those student at currently 12 semester, we have one, okay, which is 12 student. So Ajat Sudrajat, main supervisor is the Professor T.S. Dr. Fendi Tamaldin, but fortunately, currently he's doing the correction of thesis. He already undergo the viva and then currently in the mode of the correction. Okay, so this is how we read the table. So for example, this one, um, let's say this one, 11 semester. Okay, so this one, Dayang Hafizah binti Kasim. So under PM TS Dr. Azma Putra, currently under writing. So hopefully she managed to complete his writing next following semester, inshallah. So it just give the idea where, who, or how many students will undergo the submission and everything for based on the faculty record. Okay. And then for the doctor engineering, so those who are not familiar with this, we have the doctor engineering or DN. Okay, so we have 2 students currently in the 16th semester 16 and semester 19. Okay, so imagine semester 19, 8 years, 9 years, 9.5 years. Okay, but then fortunately those both already undergo the viva and currently in the situation of correction of thesis. Hopefully both of the students manage to complete within the time frame. Okay, and then this the master by research. Okay, so if you can see this one, we have quite a lot of semester then. Okay, semester 14. So this is our friend, which is wait for the publication. He already undergo all the thesis, viva, everything. Just wait for the publication. Okay. And then semester 10 currently, Esra Amir Jamil, main SV, PM Dr. TS Dr. Azma Putra. So she already submit all the things. Just wait for the awarded by the Senate. So by having these 2 students, semester 10 and semester 14, for 114, so actually we have this kind of group, this kind of group. So this kind of group, semester 8, 7. So I'm expecting most of it may submit the thesis sooner or later. Okay. So just to give you guys the idea what we are looking for the PG for the master, I mean for the program. So afterward, you may see this kind of term quite frequent, graduate on time or GOT, okay, for the top course, so 2 years, and then for the research, 2 years for the master and 4 years for the PhD, all right? So also include the part-time, 3 years for the master, and then for PhD, 6 years. So, and yet, let's say you guys able to manage for GOT, and then you guys will get separate paper, I mean a separate certification or acknowledgement paper from the university, which is will be given to your supervisor, your co-supervisor as well. And then this kind of letter is a part of the uh, appreciation for you guys complete your study during the time frame, I mean in a GOT, graduate on time. Okay, so try to target this part so that you can have another separate acknowledgement letter from the university. All right. And this one, I think, not been sent from PPS. I think this one is from the Vice Chancellor Office, Academic, TNCA. Okay? So this one, 18 Vice Chancellor Academic and International. Okay? So from the Vice Chancellor, from the TNCA. Okay, so just to give you guys the idea regarding the GOT for this upcoming convocation on November 2022. So our friends, we have two student, one GOT and one not GOT, 50% for Master by Research. In total, we have three for this upcoming convocation on November, up to date 7 August. Okay, so maybe it will, from time to time, it will be increased, but for now, this is the number. And the master by top course, we have 6 students and all is GOT. Right? So this is the thing. And then, so if you recognize this kind of students, so you can say congratulations to them, Siti Rahma Aisa. Okay, so and number 2 for the PhD for this upcoming convocation, Muhammad Nordin bin Muhammad Norani. Okay, so one not GOT and one is GOT. Okay, so this is the supervisor and the co-supervisor. And then for the master, okay, for the master, we have Rizwana, okay, binti Seni Ibramsa. Okay, so this is the list of the supervisor and the status of the GOT, yes or no. And then Nurjana binti Hasbullah, okay, main supervisor, co-supervisor, and also the GOT status, which is yes. And then our friend as well, Sabri Adlan, okay, so main supervisor and co-supervisor, and GOT is no. Okay. So this is the thing that the faculty see, I mean, in terms of your performance upon the graduation, okay, GOT and GOT and etc. Okay, so I think the main interest for today's session actually just to brief you guys this kind of concern, okay, from 1st July 2022. So this the announcement is stated in the PPS website. So just print screen and just share to you guys here. Okay, starting 1st July 2022, student will need to fill the thesis submission note through the thesis module via the SMPS. Okay, so faculty means that the faculty, I mean the committee will carry out the process confirmation, the main supervisor, confirmation of the dean, and etc. And then faculty must ensure, okay, the confirmation of the faculty institute has been made through SMPS for the notice to be brought for the approval of the JKT SPS. So this is the thing that we want to mention today because most of you, those who already undergo for the mode of research, start 1st July, we do the submission thesis via the SMPS. Okay, so basically in the once you log in your SMPS, I think later Mr. Admin will give the detail on that part. But the big idea of the system, when you enter the SMPS, then you can have the thesis or viva in brackets research mode. And then since sir not the student, so I do not have the so-called the sub tab of the student. But then sir as a supervisor, then I have the main supervisor validation, deputy dean validation faculty, Viva assistant chairman nomination, and PPS faculty checking. So in other words, guys, so that's why we call upon Mr. Azmel to help sir, just to brief you guys regarding how to fill up the SMPS for the student version, so that you guys can have the better idea or better understanding when you need to fill those form later upon your submission. But then the big idea is like the student will enter the documents via the SMPS, and later my supervisor will so-called validate, okay, approve, validate, and of course the supervisor will get the notification from the system. And then after that, on the faculty level, will be bring to the um, I mean, after the endorsement from the supervisor, then go to the committee, I mean, in the faculty to be approved. and later for the approval at the university level. So PPS will process the things. Okay, so that's the thing. So today, guys, we only focus this part. Okay, student version. Okay, student parts. Okay, so the remaining part we will cover this one. Okay, so I think that's for now from my side. I would like upon to call Mr. Azmin to give his sharing about how to use the system of the SMPS for the submission of the thesis. I would like to call Mr. Azmin, or maybe via the Akmal. I pass back to you, Mr. Akmal.
Okay,
So,
thank you, Dr. Afzal, for the speech. So now I would like to call upon to invite Mr. Azmil to share his experience with us. Please,
All right.
Mr. Azmil.
All right. Thank you. I'll wait for a minute. Wait. Hello and a very good morning to everyone, especially for PGFKM. My name is Azmil Arif bin Muhammad Wazir. I am currently already submitted my thesis via both version, the old version, which is the hard copy, and then the new one by using the portal SMPS by using online platform. So right now I will share to you my slide regarding to the sharing of the wait. So wait a minute. Can you see my slide?
okay.
Okay. All right, clear.
Yes, boleh.
Yeah.
So as we know that this is our interface for the SMPS, and already each of a student have this type, and you can log in. If you cannot log in the SMPS, you may contact the PIC of the SMPS, right? Sometimes it's maybe you have a extend or extend semester. Sometimes your SMPS cannot log in, so you need to contact the PIC, and then PIC will contact you later for this uh, SMPS. So first and foremost, you need to select the thesis Viva research mode, and then click the notice of submission thesis. Then this is a interface where the student need to fill up all the section. You must check the detail, student detail, and everything is correct. You may proceed with the second section. There are 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 section, and you need to correct fill each section. So this is the first section, student personnel. Then we go to the third, insert the latest thesis title and thesis title translation. So first and foremost, you need to check the thesis title. Sometimes your proposal, RPD, during the semester 2 or semester 3 in master or PhD, sometimes your thesis is changed. So you need to change the thesis title first. And then you need to translate in Bahasa Melayu, and by using the correct terms in Bahasa Melayu. And then after the justify, you can insert the thesis title here. You also need to check the what we call as supervisor and co-supervisor. Either he still in UTM active, or maybe he go outside. So you need to double check with your main supervisor about this. So that's the second thing. Then typically you need to check all this one. If you want to know if you grade on time or not, or do not, so this is a registration date. So for example, for me, I'm registered on 21 October 2022. So if I want to GOT, I need to complete this master before 21/10/2022. Inshallah.
Inshallah, inshallah.
Inshallah. So you need if you want to know if you candidate for GOT, you need to check this one. All right. So next we are going to what we call a compulsory course and progress report. So you must attend two compulsory course, which is I selected for research methodology and project management. There are others what we call as course. So you just need for research mode, research methodology is a must. But for project management and others, you can select either one lah. And then after you fulfill this requirement, you need to upload your progress report. Like this. If you fail to upload progress report, you need to contact your supervisor, and maybe he can supervise you. So this is a must. Then after that, we going to Trinity report. So Trinity report is a quite alright. Need to know lah. So first and foremost, you need to upload your thesis into the Trinity website. If you need, see. And this is the latest key code, latest class ID. If you all want to get screenshot here, you can screenshot for Trinity right here. I give you around 10 seconds. If you want to screenshot this session, but do not share with external. This is only internal student. I hope you can comply with it. So after you check the Trinity report, it will you can see at the front page of Trinity report. This is like this one. What wait pointer. Okay, this one. Okay. So the detail about your submission date, 7 June, submission ID, and 15 word count, character count. So this information you need to fill up on this section. So submission date, submission ID, word count, character count, 146160, and then you need to upload your report here. So you do not need to upload the whole thesis report. You just need to upload the full the what we call a summary, and then the summary must approved by the main supervisor. If you get the signature and stamp, you can upload the summary of the thesis, 20 thesis on the this one. And then after you upload, it will appear on right side like this. So you need to fulfill the similarity index about 16%. Okay, for example, you got 20% above, and some of it, about 50% of the Trinity report is based on your previous paper, right? Like you have a similar, but the Trinity detect your report, your publication journal. So you need to contact with the main supervisor, and then main supervisor will use the account what we call as account other account. He can eliminate the journal that you publish here. So your similarity index will decrease. All right. So next we go to the right. So for journal publication. So you need to, for master, you need to upload one, and PhD, student, you need to upload two, 1 and 2 journal only for publication verification. So you need to fill up the article, the article journal, and then status publish, category journal, journal index, scopus, and that's you need to upload your article, the full article, and then publication verification. So for publication verification, how to get it? So you first and foremost, you need to contact the what we call library from Laman Hikmah. You can email to Nur Ilyah at UTM. So for the email attachment, header, you just put the publication verification, and then your name. So the Puan Ilyah will send you this letter, the confirmation letter or publication verification like this. The yellow page, and then your detail. After you get this, and then you upload on the publication verification at this one. So this is crucial that typically most students do not know how to get the publication verification. So this is you can screenshot right here if you miss ni. nurila@utan.edu.my. Alright, so we go next. The last one is fulfill the checklist. So if you done this checklist, you just need to tick all the list. Abstract Malay, title, format report, references. And then the last one is for the submission, for the submit. So for the submit, you need to put the title according to the thesis, and then you need to choose file. Okay, for the choose file, you need to upload the full thesis in PDF. The full thesis. If your thesis, later I will answer the question. Right? So for the full thesis, you need to upload the full thesis. Maybe your thesis is more than 20 MB, megabyte. So you need to compress your file using optional application until it can fit for this one. You cannot upload PDF more than 50 MB, if I'm not mistaken. So you need to compress your file here. After you upload, you need you click simpan or save. Then the submission date it will auto generate. For me, 4/7/2022, and it will auto generate. And then after the submit, it will notify your main supervisor that you already submit your notice of submission. Like that. So understand? So that's all for student part. So I need to check. Wait. Yeah, I need question. So for Africa, Africa said Trinity require max. If I'm not mistaken, 20%.
Correct. Correct. So
This one.
we just go through this thing lah. We just go through this thing. So that's it. Can you go to your first slide just now?
Alright, wait. Okay, this is the first.
Okay.
No.
Alright, so
This
just
is the first slide.
okay, go to your second slide. Sorry.
Second slide.
Alright.
Alright.
Just to mention to you guys, those red in color, which is you able to update. Let's say, for example, you're changing your phone number or your address or mailing address or something. Then those who are in the red in color, you may update. If not, if remaining, then you can just remain as it is. If not, you can update those who are in the red in color menu. Okay, so this first thing. Secondly, based on the question from our friend Nurul Hanan, what if we have more than requirement publication? Do we still need to verify the rest? No need. Hello? No need. Because in the portal, we have only two.
Wait, I show you. 2018. Alright, this one.
Okay.
You have
No need.
only 2 slots.
Yeah, correct, correct. Okay. So no need Nurul Hanan Alright. Because we have only two slot just as mentioned by the Azmir, so that we just follow that one. Otherwise, if you are not confident on that, then you can go for all your publication then, and then just choose the best lah. Just choose the best lah for your attachment. Okay. So I think that's all from me and Azmir for now. So we open for the Q&A session before we end the session, I think. Right, Azmir?
Alright, sure. So, Mr. Azizan Suhaimi asks, can you repeat for verification for paper publication for Lama? So, okay, I will answer that question. For first and foremost, after your journal published, already published on the website, what we call if we Google your journal, we can find your journal. That's mean your journal is published, right? So after that, you need to what we call I show you how to contact for Imah ya. Wait. Send. Share screen. All right. Can you see my screen? Right. Can you see my screen?
Yes, Azmir.
Right.
Boleh,
So,
boleh.
first and you need to email to Puan Ilya. So, like then you need to put your detail for title. So, what journal you publish, publisher. So, website link. Website link. You need to put your website link and when you publish. So, after you email to Puan Ilya, the Puan Ilya will reply to you. Wait. So Puan Ilya will send to you wait, not this one. This one. He will attach the document like this. Alright. Oh, so so I need to download it first. So it's this one first, and the second one is the this one lah. So after you get the yellow, what we call the yellow letter, this one, you need to upload at the publication verification. That's all. Anything else?
Okay, respond
Ah.
to the Azizan question. Can you share again the yellow form just now, Azman?
Oh wait.
Yeah. How do we know our published paper is fulfill UTM journal criteria? At first, you need to assure that of course lah, your name, first or second, or your main SV, first or second, and corresponding author, your name or your main supervisor, and of course you need to have the affiliation and so the acknowledgement uh, for UTEM, okay. And then for the graduation purposes, so hi Azizan, if you can refer this kind of yellow letter, at least you may tick number 3. We have number 1 indexed by Scopus, number 2 indexed by Web of Science or WOS, and at least you have tick number 3, which is article not still not visible in the Scopus, but we know that journal is Scopus, but then already available online publisher. Is that clear, Azizan? Right. Okay. And of course, number 4 as well lah kan. Article not website yet in WOS kan. So meaning that we know that that particular journal is a WOS, way of sign, but then but available online publisher, so also accepted. Okay. So otherwise, yang tak accepted number 5. Not accepted is number 5, not index, which is we know for the graduation, master or PhD, minimum indexing is the Scopus. So that if we go for the Google Scholar, for example, so the one is not accepted for the graduation purposes lah. Because this verification is just to mention that what is your stat or your paper status, either index Scopus or WOS or not indexing. So this the library will finalize the status of your paper. Right? Other question? Hi sir, yes, Farah Aisyah. Later can I get this? Okay, of course. Of course. So we'll try to share this recorded version, but I think I need to consult with the Azmal first because some of the detail might be personal. So I think maybe we need to adjust something before we disseminate to the PGFKM later for the recorded version.
Yeah.
Okay, Farah Aisyah. Okay, mana?
Okay.
Hari ni masuk petang kan?
Masuk petang.
Alright, thank you. Welcome, Farah Aisyah. Okay. So we also welcome the supervisor, which is enter this session as well. So we very appreciate it because despite actually for the student, but then if your student do not do this thing, you might ask your student to do it first before the supervisor will validate all the documentation that been uploaded or filled up by your student. Okay. So after completion submission, is there any email notification to student from UTM? Okay, Azman ada tak ni, man? It's because
Yeah,
this
sure.
question. Okay. So meaning to say, when you complete submitted in the form of the student part, so you will get the notification. Is it? Azman? Ada the question from the
I share
Azizan.
it with you.
The last one.
Alright.
I think it should use as well notification to the SV as well, okay? If not,
Yep.
macam mana SV nak tahu kan?
So after we what we call submit the notice of submission. So after your supervisor will get the notice, right? After your supervisor approve, like he done his part, you will get this email, for this email, and your SV supervisor, and then your detail, and for your submission notice, this one. After that, after your supervisor approve for your notice of submission, this one will go to the what we call dean for PG, like for Sir Afzal. Then the second one you will get the notice pemakluman pengesahan notis dekan notis penyerahan tesis pelajar. This is from the dean. So from dean is Sir Afzal, Dr. Afzal. And then after you got this, and then your part is done. So you just wait for the correction for thesis and then the rest. So after this, your part is complete.
Alright.
All right.
Okay, Azizan? Clear? So any question from others? Then Sir and Azmi, we take team to answer your question.
Sure.
Because he's the first student during this thing. So that's why Sir asked for his favor to share with you guys so that ada part kena bagi nama examiner tak? Okay, so from Africa, yes, but that one is on the part of supervisor role. So the student no need to fill any kind of name of the examiner thesis. That nomination is come from your supervisor, Puan Afika. For the turn in, is that okay, Puan Afika? Okay, right. Okay, so go for the next question. Faik, okay, for turning in part, should we upload only one report which follow the requirement, or we can upload more than one? Just follow the requirement. You can go only one submission only, because the console of submission is only one for master and PhD two, right? So
No, I think he said for Turnitin part. So that's one
sorry,
that's
for
it for publication verification, like Sir
for
mentioned
the
like that.
part, should we upload only one report, follow requirement, or we can upload the more than one? So turn in is yes, you may go for your thesis lah, one thesis, right? The final one,
Yeah.
the final one.
Yeah.
Faik.
You
And
just need to upload the front page, the only one page only that already has
summary,
a
everything.
summary of your like 16% for how many your Trinity index, and then you must need your supervisor stamp
And
or
yes,
signature. And after get it, you just upload one.
okay, for Azizan, typically how long it take for Viva appointed date upon successful receive submission notification from U10? It should be in the range of the 1 to 2 months. Depends on the of the readiness of the or the availability of your appointed examiner. Because sometimes when we try to nominate him as your examiner, but suddenly something happen, maybe due to the any full schedule or something, we need to call upon the next potential nomination of the examiner, so that it will take some time. But then in the range of 1 month, depends on the depends on the agreement of the nomination of the external supervisor or internal supervisor. Normally no issue on the internal, but then for the external supervisor, external examiner, sorry. Okay, thank you, Faik. Okay, is that?
So any question?
Okay. From our friends, offshore friends, Pak Basori, any question? Pak Basori, Bambang.
Terima kasih Dr. Azam.
Okay.
Ini mungkin materi bolehkah dikirim ke pelajar?
Yes Pak, macam mana Pak?
PPT bolehkah send ke student? Boleh dapat materi PPT, PowerPoint?
Oh iya boleh, bisa. Nanti kita share dalam grup nanti, di grup kita nanti.
Ya, supaya saya bisa pelajari.
Sure, no problem.
Terima kasih
Okay.
Dr. Afzam.
Baik Pak Basori.
Ya, terima kasih.
How many examiner will appointment for the MSc for Viva? You need to respond to the question, Azizan. So actually, this part should be your concern of your supervisor. It's not student. Student just fill up the form. But then, since you ask the question, how many examiner will be appointed for MSc Viva? Your supervisor will nominate two candidate of the examiner for the master. And then depends which one is selected.
Yeah.
Okay, is that right? Meaning to say, Azizan, for the external examiner, your supervisor will nominate two examiner, which is not from UTM. And then for the internal examiner, your SB as well will nominate two candidate uh, from UTM. Is that the updated template of thesis? So this one you may refer to the PPS lah, Pak Ketua. Kan? So but then just refer to the most recent template. So this one. Or if any update, Azmin, regarding the
Yeah,
template of the thesis?
the thesis is slightly changed only for the abstract part, and the rest
Oh, okay.
is similar. I will show you what is the changes.
The bahasa Melayu translation eh?
Yep. So we are going to. This is uh, the template guideline for the preparation of thesis, dissertation, and report for graduate program. So this is you can see is 2015. However, the format is still same. There's nothing changed. You need to follow all the requirement. However, it only change. You can get this template on the PPS website. So you just find, you go to PPS UTM, and then you download this, what we call the template for the thesis. So this one, the requirement you need to fulfill. So the changes is only for abstract. This is the English abstract is remain same. However, for abstract in Bahasa Melayu, it's a slightly changes. Slightly changed because they put a new one like this. So you need to. This is the latest. You need to put uh, your title in Bahasa Melayu. So this one, and then double spacing, two double spacing, 1, 2, abstract, and 1, 2, and start your abstract in Bahasa Melayu. So this is only changes for the template thesis, and the rest is remain same. You can see as same. The margin is also same. The picture, right? It's no. I think that's all. Only abstract is changes. Sometimes a student is not alert on these changes, but I already said I hope you can tell your friend for the abstract. This one, the latest one. Font 12, size New Roman 12. Right.
Okay. Thank you, Azman. And again also thank you, Faik, for the sharing the thread of the research proposal template, PPS UTM, main page, resource, thesis, and research proposal template. Anything else, student? Sorry, dah tanya dah.
Terima kasih Dr. Afzal.
Ya, sama.
Untuk apa namanya? Untuk template untuk bahasa Inggris and apa namanya? Melayu sama ya template-nya ya? Untuk apa namanya? Formatnya sama ya?
Ya, sama. Sama.
Cuma berbeza di bahasa Melayu, kamu perlu letak tajuk.
Oh,
Tajuk saja. Lain semua sama.
Untuk abstrak.
Abstract.
ya, nanti boleh trending untuk bahasa Melayu.
Boleh.
Untuk konsultasi apa, kalau saya dapat kesulitan, konsultasi ke Dokter Afza ya?
Ya boleh. Sepatutnya ke supervisor dulu lah.
Oh iya, ya baik baik. Insyaallah
Bela saya semua
ya.
ke SV dulu. Kalau SV mungkin not sure, very uncertain untuk give the comment, then boleh refer kepada saya lah, Pak Basari.
Iya, baik baik
Sure,
dokter.
sure.
Saya sudah dapat sebenarnya, tapi nanti disesuaikan lah. Apakah ini ada perubahan template ini dokter?
Based on 2005 punya 15 punya template, remain the same. Only the things changes, abstract bahasa Melayu tadi saja.
Oh baik baik baik.
Yang lain remain the same.
Baik dokter Azza, terima kasih atas informasinya dokter Azmi.
Okey, sama-sama. Okey, selalu sama Pak Asmawi semua ya.
Ya terima kasih. Ini sudah saya call Pak Asmawi tak aktif nih.
Sakit tak apa tak apa.
Iya.
Bolehkah menjelaskan tesis dalam bahasa Melayu untuk berbeda akan mempengaruhi kelulusan? Oh, tak ada. There's no such thing. From Bambang Siswoyo. Bolehkah menjelaskan tesis dalam bahasa Melayu untuk PhD akan mempengaruhi kelulusankah? Normally, Pak Bambang, spiritnya adalah mudah. Sepatutnya by default in English. Okay, by default in English. Cumanya during the presentation, you may ask the permission from the panel. Maybe you are more convenient to mention that specific things in bahasa, then you may ask the permission from the panel during the session, and then you may go or by the permission of that. Dia it's not kelulusan tak kelulusan tu, it still depends on your thesis, and also how you respond or you defend your works. But then in terms of the conversation wise, in bahasa or in English, I think that kind of thing should be considered during the session. I mean, based on that particular examiner, if they allow you to share the things in bahasa, then you may follow that kind of instruction. Pak Bambang. Okay, so far so good, I think, right? So, okay. I think we pass back to Akmal, if there's not any question, for Akmal to wrap up this session, and maybe you can have a picture or something like that just for our record lah, for today's session kan. Okay, welcome is okay, can we pass back to Akmal?
Okay, boleh.
Alright.
Alright, thank you Dr. Afzal and Mr. Azmil for the speeches. Before we end our session, could you please turn on the camera so we can take group picture.
Okay, barulah nampak. Oi, SV Dr. Fauzi pun ada. Oh lama, Hakim dah start pakai lah. Baru lah jumpa punya. So that's the idea. Kita ada 122 student PG aktif tau. So memang sesuai lah buat PG sport. Boleh buat sukan. Okay. So those who have the camera, you can on your camera. Just for the moderator, Mr. Mr. Akmal, to take the picture and everything. So all the details, so we'll try to share in our group, PG FKM group. I mean the slide and everything. For the recorded version later, so we'll try to make it in proper so that you can try to access it easily, maybe from the YouTube or something, so that those have the problem or others or your junior perhaps can just go for that link and then get the information for the 2D session. Okay, so before we end the session, I think if you are ready, okay.
Alright, okay, 1, 2, 3. Sekejap. Okay, lagi sekali. 1, 2, 3. Lagi sekali.
Dah 3 kali kan ni?
Second page. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Oh, kejap Alright.
Alright.
That's all. Boleh
Okay.
go dulu, Doktor?
Boleh. Before that, guys, all the best. Those who are taking the RPD tomorrow or this week. Okay. So just to give you a single message, take this opportunity of your RPD to get the second or third opinion from the panel. Because the spirit of the RPD just to ensure you are going through your project or your works accordingly to meet the minimum of the requirement for master at the PhD level. Maybe you can have the opinion from the panel as well, because normally those panel is actually nominated by your supervisor. Okay, so we try to produce that kind of situation which your panel actually most seat is nominated by your supervisor, so that I think it should be able to assist your project, maybe get the opinion or sharing the things in a good way, so that it can assist you to undergo your project successfully, inshallah. So with that, guys, thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. Thank you, Azmir. Yeah, sorry, we have a question from from my friend from your supervisor. Yes, Dr. Fauzi, please.
Assalamualaikum, Dr. Fauza. Minta maaf, saya nak bagi satu soalan. Untuk examiner, untuk Viva Master Student, syarat dia apa, Doktor?
Okay, thank you for the question. I think this one is a trick question, Dr. Fauzi. Okay, for the nomination of the external supervisor, for the master student, master by research, of course, the supervisor need to nominate two external examiner. That is first thing. But then the supervisor need to assure at least have the professor media, associate professor. If you plan to put the nomination of the professor media is from your external examiner, so that you can have your internal examiner without the professor media or associate professor. But if you are planning to have the professor, associate professor examiner from the internal examiner, then you can propose your external examiner without the associate professor. In other words, to nominate the examiner for the master, minimum we need to have one associate professor, either as an internal or external examiner. But that one, guys, I do not go that detail because just now we go for the student version, right? Since Dr. Fauzi already asked, in the capacity of the supervisor, we need to appoint at least one associate professor, either as external examiner or internal examiner.
Kalau examiner bukan associate professor, is it possible kalau the examiner tu tak pernah menggradekan student ke?
No. In the criteria, Dr. Fauzi, we have the form that you need to tick all the requirement, which is let's say you go for the examiner, let's say associate professor, right? So normally they have the graduated student. Then we need to fill up the things. So that's the consideration at the faculty level. We will consider is a part of the nomination to be successful. For example, let's say Dr. Fauzi want to appoint the internal examiner, should be no problem as long as he has the doctorate, the PhD. But for the external examiner, normally we will see numbers of the graduated student.
Kalau internal tak ada masalah tu.
Dia tak ada masalah. It can be only the doctor, no problem.
Okay.
Because we want to give the opportunity to the others, right? Kan? Kalau tidak tu bila pula kan? So that's the crucial, Dr. Fauzi, when we appoint the examiner, which have the associate professor, normally the associate professor should have the graduated student, right?
Yeah.
But if not, we need to screen again to check associate professor with the graduated student.
Okay.
Alright, thank you Dr. Fauzi.
Terima kasih Doktor.
So, uh, okay, guys, I think we end here. So thanks for your participation, thanks for your concern, thanks for your question, everything. Those who are taking the RPD for this week, I mean tomorrow, so all the best. Just take the opportunity to share your works in terms of your planning, in terms of your execution, so that you can have the second or third opinion from the panel. With that, I would say thank you very much. We end the session with the Tasbih Kifarah and Surah Al-Asr. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Subhanallah bihamdika asyhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Wal 'asr innal insana lafi khusr illa allazina amanu wa tawassaw bil haqq wa tawassaw bis sabr. Amin rabbil alamin. So thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Terima kasih Dr. Azhar.
Ya, sama-sama Pak Basari.
Waalaikumsalam
Selalu
warahmatullahi
dokter.
wabarakatuh.
Baik. So berapa attendant tadi? Kemana? Berapa ramai yang masuk tadi ni? 34, 40, 50 tak?
Dia alamak. Total tu ya
Tak apa. Saya boleh check lagi dekat website sendiri. Just nak
25
tak apa, okay.
50.
Okay.